As someone who is insanely excited for the Steam frame, I do still think it's important that I do my due diligence and talk about my worries of this device. Firstly, we don't even have a price yet, and I'm not going to say that I don't expect the price to be anywhere from $800 to $1,200, but the big thing here comes down to, are people willing to pay that? I think the answer is going to be yes. I think for people who are already in the space, the $800 to $1,000 price point is probably more acceptable. But for those outside of the space, I don't doubt that they will pay $1,200 for this. There are a lot of people out there that don't want to be in Meta's space, and I don't blame them. The biggest thing that we're going to get out of this as VR users who play PC first and kind of prioritize PCVR is that we're going to be able to press a button and it's going to work. No more garbage meta software, and honestly, we're going to be able to find games on a store, which is fantastic. And this isn't a video about the Quest and its terrible ecosystem. This is a video about my worries of the Steam frame, and there are a few that I have. The first major worry that I have about the Steam frame is the fact that we are probably going to have a few developers believe that it is okay to upload their standalone version as their PCVR version. Don't get me wrong, I understand that having two different versions takes a lot, and I mean a lot of work. But if you're going to say that this is a PCVR version of the game, and it looks nothing different than the standalone version, you're probably going to get a couple of bad reviews. PCVR individuals don't usually enjoy being led on to believe that there is a difference in your standalone version and your PCVR version. We saw this unfortunately with Onward. Initially it was a PCVR game, and then Meta said, hey, we have some standalone hardware, we need this to run on it. And after update 1.7, it started running on Quest 2 perfectly fine, but the PCVR version got massive degradation visually. And it kind of splintered the community. That game took a while, but I would say it's definitely not at the peak that it was. And furthermore, a lot of the community voiced their disdain of the devs actually pretty much said that they ruined the game. They made the game look bad, and it was not as enjoyable as it used to be. A lot of the stuff was dumbed down to the extent that it just didn't feel as immersive as it used to. A lot of people that play that game still play on the 1.7 version when it comes to PCVR. My previous worries all stem from a secondary worry that I have, and my previous worries may not even matter if this is true. We are adding another standalone headset to the market. Although Valve is pushing the Steam frame as a PC VR headset with standalone capabilities, I do feel as though there will be many devs that treat this as just a standalone experience and don't necessarily even care to attempt the PC VR side of things. Although I would love more PC VR games, it definitely makes recording those videos and reviews a lot easier on me so I can get those out to you guys a little bit quicker. I don't know if we're going to see a massive uptick. I do think that Valve may potentially give some sort of incentive to developers that say, you know, hey, we're going to beat the meta side of things, maybe they'll say, you know, hey, you automatically are, you know, down to, you know, 80-20 rather than 70-30 split with them when you do a PCVR version. But that also, you know, makes it so potentially we get the last issue. It is a vicious cycle of how much money can I make in a industry that is not very keen, if you will, to spend money. But I think also we kind of had that issue because Meta's unfortunately running the industry on subsidized headsets and free software that's taking over. So I think we'll see how this kind of goes, and hopefully this does not feed back into the here's the Quest version on PCVR, and these games are actually vetted as being different from their standalone versions. Again, I'm not sure if that's going to happen, but I can hope and pray, and I really do hope that this headset makes a difference for developers out there. Genuinely, I want this headset to do well because I know people within PCVR will support quality software. The Demio version of PCVR is fantastic. The standalone version is fantastic. And I do believe that there is more of a consumer base that will spend money on PC than there is the Quest platform. Even if there's going to be probably 10 times the people on the Quest platform, I still think you're going to make more money with Steam users than you are going to be making with MetaQuest users. You can call me crazy in the comments below, but I think percentage-wise we will see more people buying software and such with the Steam frame, especially since most of the people that are going to buy the Steam frame have that excess income. And let's be honest, the demographic of the Meta platform is very child-focused. A lot of those people end up just playing free experiences for the entirety of the time they own that headset. I'm not saying that that's necessarily bad, there's microtransactions and so on, but when we have and want those high-quality experiences, it's very hard for them to justify that when people are not making purchases on the headset. Don't even get me started on the RAM situation that we're currently in, or storage situation that we're currently in. It is atrocious. This is not good, especially since we don't even know the price yet. So I am definitely worried about the price at this point due to the news that we are getting about RAM and Miracom actually just pulling out of the consumer side of things, focusing all their production on the AI side of the industry. So I don't even want to really go there with that because I don't want to add another 10 minutes to this video. All that being said, my name is Butters with an O. I want to thank all of you for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, and I hope to see all of you in the next video.